In the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 25, Daniel says, "Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince, there shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks, and so on, so on, so on." So here Daniel is establishing the start point of the 2300 days prophecy, which will reach until our days. So, but he says that this period will start from the going forth of the command to restore and to build Jerusalem. We are dealing with the first decree here in Ezra chapter 3, with the first decree allowing the Jews to return and to do something. But as we see here, this first decree, we have studied that on chapter 1 of Ezra, this first decree issued by Cyrus was not restoring Jerusalem, was not restoring the city. It was only referring to the temple itself. And then we come to chapter 3 here, because it says that they started by restoring the altar. The altar was the very first thing they restored. Not even before the temple, because they would like to start worshiping God again. And for that worship, offerings were very, very much important. And you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 references to offer or to offerings, because offerings are were at that time the most important part of the worship. Actually, worship was offering something to God, approaching Him with sacrifices, because those sacrifices would remind Him of a final sacrifice of Jesus that will come. And you will see here that their concern was far more than destination. Nowadays, we are so concerned about destination of our offerings, and it's not wrong to know the destination, what will be done of our offerings. But the main motivation here is to worship God, is to come before His presence. And we see these, how happy they were. And even though when a little bit later in the chapter, at the end of the chapter, when the foundation of the house of God was laid, some that have seen the former beauty of that house, they wept, but the other ones were rejoicing, because now they will have again the possibility to worship God in His house. Now, what about me and my desire to go to the house of God? My desire to bring an offering to God, to offer an offering to God, and to say, God, I am here. I will not stay home. I will not stay home watching a sermon. I will go to your house. I will move myself and go there and be there according to your command and worship you. And in the New Testament, we have Paul, I believe it was Paul that said in the book of Hebrews, saying, and the more, if the time approach of the second coming of Jesus, we should gather more and more and more, and to admonish each other, and to prepare each other as Jesus' coming approaches. May the Lord bless you today and make you a blessing.